Hello folks, this is Sula speaking, and you're listening to a commentary video for League of Legends, this one featuring Shen. This is a replay that my friend Speaker sent to me. Speaker uses the username Sideberg in League of Legends, so he's going to be playing as Shen in this game and using the Mortal Kombat Scorpion skin, as you can see here. I know that's not the official name, but everybody knows that's what it is. He's going to be playing with D.Va, who's playing as Zilean, and the two of them are duo queuing together in a ranked game, and then they're playing with Shen, with Ryze, and also with Udyr, and they are matched up against a team that has, let's see here, Urgot, Alistar, Janna, Sion, and Olaf, and you can see everybody's starting summoner skills there, and the items that people are buying. Okay, this game was sent to me by Speaker. Speaker is a longtime Shen player. He actually plays Shen more than any other champion, and knows quite a bit about how to build Shen and how to play as Shen, so I'm going to be relying a lot on different things that he's told me when I'm watching this game. I was also Speaker also sent me a picture of his masteries and rune setup for Shen, so I'll get to them in a little bit as we go through the game. For the moment here, though, I want to talk a little bit about the matchups between these players. I think that Speaker and D.Va's team were pretty lucky. They were able to get both Shen and Zilean on their team in this game. Right now, as far as League of Legends is set up, Shen and Zilean are both very common bans in ranked games, simply because they're so good at saving people who are going to die. Zilean ult allows you, his Chrono Shift allows you to save somebody who's about to die. Shen ult, Stand United, which I'm going to talk more about as we go through the game, also does the same thing, allows you to teleport to a teammate who is in trouble or who's going to be killed, and allows you to save them. So they are both very popular champions, and they are very commonly banned in ranked games, so they're pretty lucky to get both of them. Then as far as the rest of the team, Ryze AP carry Shen looks like melee damage per second, and then Udyr, strong jungler. The other team, let's see, Urgot is going to be a ranged carry for this team. Sion will be their AP carry. Alistar to tank, and Janna for support, and then Olaf, another strong jungler. So it looks like a pretty solid setup between these two teams here. Okay, as far as starting items, Speaker has started with cloth armor and 5 health pots. A pretty common starting setup for people, currently for League of Legends. People like to start with this particular setup. I see it on all kinds of different champions, but especially on someone who's relatively tanky, like Shen, pretty good choice. Looks like there are some enemies in the jungle there. I haven't seen this replay all the way through before. I looked at it a little bit, but not in any kind of detail, so I haven't seen too much of what happened. So I'm going to be watching this along with you guys and seeing what happens here. Now, let's see. Looks like Sion is heading up to top lane, where he's going to be matched up against D.Va Zilean, and Speaker is waiting here in the brush, and there's the Shen taunt, is going to get in some damage here between him and Ryze. So looks like they're able to get in some harass, and they were able to break the Sion shield without taking too much damage. And while it's going on, D.Va is free farming up here in top lane. Anyway, Speaker is sticking around here. There's another taunt onto that Urgot. I think that Speaker told me he was trying to stick around here in middle lane. He was trying to get in some harass on that Urgot. If he can get in some damage on that Urgot, get him to burn a health potion like he just did. If he can get Urgot to use his flash, that would be a big advantage to this Ryze player here. So that's something that you see a lot in League of Legends right now. Somebody on the team's trying to harass a solo at level 1, so here we go. Let's see that their Speaker is dashing towards him with that taunt, and there he goes, forces the flash on that Urgot, so gets him to flash away. So you can see why you do that. That's a pretty strong play, gets him to use up his flash, and look, here comes Urgot once again, still in here. So let's see if they can manage to Ryze is going to trap him in his room prison, getting some good harass there. Urgot's going to ignite, but there's the taunt, there's the exhaust, and first blood. Speaker going to draw first blood here. So just camping that middle lane for a while was responsible for getting first blood in this game, and he gets a kill. Ryze gets an assist off that, and so now they're going to be pretty far ahead here in that middle lane, so that's a nice way to start out the game. Alright, anyway, as I said, Speaker started with the cloth armor and 5 health pots, so now he can drink those health pots as he takes damage to heal up. Notice, one thing I want to point out right away is look at the armor and magic resist that Speaker has here as Alistar knocks him back. 63 armor and 58 magic resist. This means that he is extremely tanky to start the game. Most champs start the game with about 30 magic resist and 20 or so armor if you don't do anything. Like, let's look at this Shen. Yeah, he's pretty tanky too, 45-34. Let me see if I can get a view on that enemy team's Janna and see what she's got here. 26-36 on that Janna, so you can see much less tanky in terms of resistances. Now, part of that is from the cloth armor, gives you 18 armor to start, but Speaker, in terms of his setup, Speaker has what is it, 21 points in the defensive tree, defensive masteries. So that gives you extra armor, extra magic resist, and allows you to reduce some of the damage that you're taking. So that's where part of that's coming from. Speaker's setup for this game was 21 defense, 8 in utility, and 1 in offense. The 1 in offense being for improved exhaust. In the utility tree, mostly just getting the improved experience. And then all the rest in the defensive tree, because Shen his role in this game is to be a tank, and that's how Speaker is going to be building Shen in this game. The rest of it is coming from runes. Speaker sent me, as I said, a picture of his rune setup. He has health quints, he has magic resist blue runes and red runes, so that gives him something like 22 something magic resist to start the game, and then he has armor yellows, so more armor and more magic resist, flat, not per level, flat. For the benefit right at the start of the game. So that makes him extremely tanky right at the beginning, and that's where he gets that from in any case, so just if people are curious. Alright, anyway, in terms of building Shen, I want to talk a little bit about him. Oh, and anyway, looks like we have Udyr coming in here. I guess I'm going to take a look here. Up, and then up here in top lane, here comes the Olaf player going in for a gank on D.Va, and it looks like he's going to get killed. And yep, indeed, D.Va's not going to get out of that. Okay, just trying to keep an eye on the minimap here so I don't miss plays. Anyway, that Udyr looks like he's going in here, going after Tess Swamp Fox. That's a great name, by the way. Don't know if he's actually going to do anything. Yep, here we come. Here comes the Ghost. That Olaf player is getting caught out. It looks like he's going for Scion now for some reason. Maybe the health bars aren't accurate. This guy must have less health. But no, apparently that didn't work out. Udyr dive not working out particularly well, so oops, that was a mistake. I guess that Scion was really low, and he was trying to kill him or something. Alright, and anyway, let me go through Shen's skills for people who haven't seen Shen before. First of all, he is passive, Key Strike. Every 8 seconds, his next attack deals extra damage, deals bonus magic damage. And the way that you can tell when that's up is Shen gets this little graphic around himself. You'll see it. He like kind of lights up around his fist. That's like that right there, see? That lets you know his Key Strike is up. And basically his next attack just deals a little bit of extra damage. And it scales off of maximum health. Anyway, they're going in on this Alistar player, but he's going to use his Pulverize and get out of that pretty easily by stunning both Speaker and this Xin Zhao player. Alright, so that's his passive. Q skill, Vorpal Blades. This is his the only ranged skill that Shen has. He tosses a Vorpal Blade, you can see here, deals magic damage to target unit. The secondary effect of Vorpal Blade, though, is that the unit becomes life tapped, and so if you hit the unit that you've, or minion that you've tossed your Vorpal Blade on, anyone who attacks it on your team gets a little bit of life back from that. Anyway, there's another fight going over here near the jungle. Looks like they're going after that Urgot player. Don't know how much health he really has because the replay client doesn't update. Ryze taking a lot of damage here, getting ignited. Uh-oh, Ryze is getting swamped. That's probably bad news. He's going to flash, but he's flashing away from the fight here. Now it looks like they're shifting targets towards this Udyr. He's taking a lot of damage here, and he's going to get taken down there. Ryze, well, that's weird. Okay, sometimes the replay client does weird stuff. Wow, woo! There goes Ryze. Anyway, I don't know how much health these guys really have. Xin Zhao's coming into health, and Ryze and Olaf end up killing each other. Now, Xin Zhao's going to go after this Urgot player. Is he going to be able to catch him here? Looks like he is not quite going to be able to catch up. And that Janna player was following along as well. So it's just Speaker and this Alistar player down here in bottom lane. So, oh well. Looks like that was not an exchange that worked out too well for Speaker and D.Va's team, but oh well. I guess they'll have other opportunities. Anyway, right there, see there? There's the Vorpal Blade that shows that Alistar has been life tapped. So anytime you see that, there it is again. So that's one reason why Shen is so strong in lane. He can keep getting life back. I mean, he's naturally tanky to begin with. Gets a lot of health, gets a lot of armor as he levels up. But then with his Vorpal Blade, he can keep healing. And remember, because Shen is a ninja, see? This unit is a flippin' ninja. He uses energy instead of mana. So he can constantly keep tossing Vorpal Blades. All it costs is energy, and it's on a short cooldown, so he can just use that to keep life stealing over and over again. Alright, so Speaker put 3 points in Vorpal Blade first, and then after that, he's going to leave it there, if I remember correctly. From what he told me, he's going to leave Vorpal Blades at 3, and then start putting points in his other skills next. You can see his W skill for Shen is Feint. Enters a defensive stance, shielding the next 50 damage, and this, of course, increases as you put more points in it. Another thing that makes Shen very tanky, it's just a damage shield, but of course that's very useful in a lot of situations, particularly when he ults into fights using his ult, Stand United. Speaker put his first point in Shadow Dash. This is Shen's taunt. He dashes to a target location and he taunts any enemies that he comes in contact with. This is a bit of a skill shot. It takes some practice to use effectively because you can see the range is not very far. So you look at that range, not that far. But if you land it correctly, you can you can dash over walls. You can taunt multiple members of the enemy team. It's a very, very, very strong skill to use, but it does take some practice. You won't be using it correctly the first time you play Shen. Anyway, it looks like they're chasing after somebody in the jungle here, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to catch them. Where did that champion go? Oh well. Looks like he managed to make it away. Anyway, Speaker's still free farming here, along with this Alistar in bottom lane. There's the Vorpal Blade, and there's the Alistar headbutt. But notice that Alistar's out of mana, or out of mana there, so there's not too much he can do. Well, of course, Speaker being a ninja can get his energy back pretty quickly. And then there's the big skill. There's the Shen ultimate, Stand United, you can see here. Places a damage shield on target allied champion. Janna coming in here, but Speaker's probably okay. He's really tanky. He is Shen. He's still got this health pots left. Now he and Xin Zhao are gonna engage here. There's a nice Janna Monsoon, gonna blow them back. There comes the exhaust from Xin Zhao, slowing down. There's the taunt from Speaker, slowing her down. Another flash from Janna. There's a second exhaust from Speaker, and Xin Zhao is gonna get the kill there. So nice combo play. Janna did everything right there. She used her ultimate. She used her flash, but with the double exhaust there and a nice taunt from Speaker, not able to get away. And so he and this Xin Zhao player combined to get a kill there. So very nicely done. Alright, as I was saying, Shen ultimate, Stand United, you can see, place a damage shield on target allied champion, absorbs 300 damage, and after channeling for 2.5 seconds, Shen teleports to the target location. So this is a global ultimate. You can go anywhere on the map. It works. It's really, really strong. I mean, quite commonly you'll see one of your teammates is fighting 1v1, and right when it looks like they're gonna lose, Shen ults in, and all of a sudden they've got 300 more health, and then Shen shows up too. He taunts the enemy, and then all of a sudden a 1v1 turns into a 2v1 and they lose. So really strong ultimate, really strong play. Anyway, it looks like we've got a bit of a team fight here. This Udyr player is trying to catch Janna. Janna very low. Now they're going after to Swamp Fox, Olaf player. And there's the Shen ult right here on this Udyr player. So now Speaker has traveled from Fountain, gets into the fight. A little too late to help get that one kill, but now they're going after the Olaf player. Just need one more hit on this guy, but not sure they're going to get him. Meanwhile, Alistar has triggered his ultimate, which is going to reduce the damage on him. Is he going to be able to get out of here? Rise Rune Prison. There's a Janna shield, and Rise is going to finish him off. Now Janna's still very, very low here. Is everybody going to dive to get her? But uh-oh, in comes Sion. There's the Chrono Shift ult to save Udyr. D.Va having to get out of here. So there we go. Udyr goes down, but he's going to be revived. Can Speaker chase down this Janna? There's the Vorpal Blade, but no, Janna Tornado going to blow him back. Janna going to slip away with 50 HP left. And I guess that's going to be it. Nice team fight there. But in any case, you can see, hopefully you could see how the Shen ult's so strong. I mean, Speaker was back at the fountain, and then all of a sudden he was over here, and he was adding that shield onto the Udyr player. And you can also see how Shen and Zillion combined so effectively. You can see that Udyr first got a shield from Speaker Shen. He got the Stand United shield, and then secondly he got the Chrono Shift from D.Va Zillion, which brought him back to life as he died at this tower here. So you can see why that's really frustrating to other teams. Now the one drawback to the Stand United ult is it is on a very, very long cooldown. You can see 180-second cooldown. That is, I think, one of the longest cooldowns in the entire game for an ultimate. You can see even now he still has another 90 seconds to go until it cools down again. So great skill, but it does have a long cooldown, so you won't be using it that much. With more points in the skill, the cooldown is reduced, but it still has a very, very long cooldown. So one of the things that Speaker has said about playing Shen is he has said before, Shen is the babysitter for your team. That is, you are the one who basically keeps an eye on everybody else on your team and always has to be ready to save them. If you're not able to go save people, then you shouldn't be playing Shen, basically. One thing you want to do is, if not everyone might not know this, but over here is the life bars for your teammates. If you they do update in real time. Well, they don't always update on the replay, but when you're actually playing, they do. Rise in a very bad position here. But now D.Va and the Xin Zhao are going to come in here, and there we go, blowing up that Alistar. Xin Zhao triggering his ultimate, doing a ton of damage. There's a time bomb there, blowing up that Olaf player. So they're able to clean that up and turn it into a 2 for 2. as the purple team on the top of the map over pushed a little bit there. But as I was saying, anyway, you watch the life bars of your teammates here when you're playing as Shen. See, like this green here, that's how much life your teammates have. The blue is how much mana they have. So you need to keep an eye on that, and if it looks like someone's going to die and you can save them, you have to be ready to trigger your ult and jump in and save your teammates. If you can't do that, then you're not going to be effective as Shen. I mean, that's just sort of the way it is. So if you can't keep an eye on your teammates, don't play Shen, basically. That's how you have to do it. Anyway, up here, Speaker can't really 1v1 with this Scion. This Scion player is too strong. This Scion, because he's got the needlessly large rod, he is going to win, but Speaker can still farm. He's basically just covering this lane until D.Va gets back here. D.Va is still mid, so for now, you want to make sure that somebody is getting farm in this lane. So even though Shen is not the most crucial solo, Speaker's up here to make sure that somebody's getting this golden experience. As I said, he can't beat that Scion, but he can still farm the lane pretty effectively. Now, as far as solos go, Shen is not a bad solo. As I said, with his Vorpal Blade, he can farm pretty effectively, and you can see Speaker using that Vorpal Blade here to get these minions, like right there. Nicely done. But the thing about Shen is, Shen doesn't really need items to be effective. He can be very effective even without much farm. So if you have your choice, you generally want other people to be in solo lanes just because they can use the farm more. Anyway, here comes a gank in here from D.Va. There's the slow, there's the time bomb. Speaker gonna land the taunt, there's the exhaust. They're still doing damage, but this Scion can shield himself for just a ton of damage because he's got so much ability power. You can see already has 117, and I'm sure he has his shield. I'm sure that he has his shield maxed already as well. So not able to clean up that kill. Even though, so well played by both sides. The Scion player used his Ghost. I believe he has a Ghost, yes. Scion player used his Ghost. D.Va used his Slow to try to get the kill. Speaker used his Taunt, but ultimately Scion just had too much life, not able to get that. Alright, so anyway, let's look around. Looking around the game right now. Overall score, pretty even, 7-8. Doesn't look like either team has too much of an advantage. Oh, right there, there's the Shen shield once again, trying to keep Ryze alive in this difficult situation. There's the Janna ult, probably saving that Ryze. Not a good Janna ult there. And now this team is over pushed. If Speaker can land a taunt on these guys, there we go, taunting Alistar and that Janna player, and then the rest of the team's going to clean them up. So really nice Shen play there. Ulting in to save Ryze's life, getting the taunt off to lock Alistar and Janna in place, and then the rest of the team coming in to clean up the kill, and then after that victory, going to do Dragon. Just really strong team play there. Exactly what the kind of thing you want to see here in a League of Legends game. So really well done. Yeah, you can see even the Janna player even complaining about Shen ult, in which it is really strong. And yeah, look at that. Oh, thanks, Janna, buddy. Indeed, that was not a good Janna ult. It probably saved that Ryze. So anyway, hopefully you can start to see by now sort of a little bit about the Shen gameplay. Speaker, after those first 3 points in Vorpal Blade, now he's gone to max Feint to make himself more tanky, give himself that damage shield. Are they going to be able to catch this Urgot player? You can see he got hit by the Zillion time bomb there a second ago. Doesn't look like going to be able to get that. That Janna's out of position. Oh, there's the Rune Prison. There's the taunt. And are they going to be able to blow her up? Nice flash. Is that bomb going to finish her off? Yes, time bomb is going to finish off that Janna. So over the last minute or so, the blue team down here that Speaker and D.Va are playing on have really started to open up a little bit of a lead there with that last sequence in mid that took Dragon. I mean, the score is only 10-8, but with them taking Dragon in that fight as well, they are starting to get a little bit of a lead. I still wouldn't say that they have any kind of, big lead or anything, but they do have a slight lead. And right now, I'm not sure. It doesn't look like this team's going to push on mid. I guess that this will be a little bit of a break in the action. By the way, let's zoom in just to check out that Scorpion skin for a minute there. Let's see if I can alter the camera a little bit. There we go. Looks kind of neat. And yes, you can do that with the replay client. No, you can't do that while you're normally playing the game. Let me see if I can get this angle right. Okay. Alright, in terms of itemizing on Shen, I talked about how Speaker initially put the 3 points in Vorpal Blade and then went to max Feint next to make himself tankier. And I think he's going to put points in Shadow Dance next to get, I think you get a longer taunt duration. Not 100% sure, but I think you do. Anyway, in terms of itemizing, Speaker picked up Heart of Gold, a good item to get early on a tank because it gives you the extra gold over time. There's a missed taunt, not able to hit that Janna. You can see armor, health, and also gives extra gold every 10 seconds, so pretty useful there. Also picked up Merc Treads early on. Oops, there's a kill in middle lane, I guess. Maybe it was top. I guess it was top lane. Not exactly sure where that was. Anyway, after Heart of Gold, picked up Merc Treads for the extra movement speed to magic resist. I'm not sure what item Speaker's building next here. Oh, Cloth, Null Magic, and Ruby Crystal. Going to get Aegis next as a team item. Aegis, very good item on Shen. He's one of the champions it works really well on. Because of the way he ults into team fights, you want items that give a team aura. Makes it just naturally goes really well with Shen. After all, if he's going to be ulting into team fights, you might as well get the Aegis of the Legion aura effect for the rest of your team. So it works really well. Good item to build. And then you can see also picked up a Vision Ward here. See right here, Xin Zhao engaging on these two, and now all of a sudden the tables are turned, and Janna getting a nice ult off, but just too low there, not able to survive that one. So there you go, there's the Shen ult again, winning that fight, taking it from a position where that Xin Zhao was in trouble, 1v2ing against Alistar and Janna, and then all of a sudden the tables are turned, and it's a 2v1 against him. And like right there, Speaker using his feint to take a little bit more tower aggression and protect himself there. So again, more really nice play there. Over here, two champs pushing top. You can see the Scion and Olaf players going after them. There's the Rune Prison there from Ryze, and I don't think he's going to be able to kill either of them. Probably not, just trying to get them to back off. Udyr's over here too, so they might be able to go after this top lane. But it looks like they're just pushing that back. Oh well, in any case, just going back to, it looks like more farming here. Back and forth in this lane. Again, Shen is a pretty good farmer with his Vorpal Blades. He doesn't farm quickly, but he doesn't have too much trouble getting all the minion kills. I mean, Vorpal Blade's not that fast, but you won't miss too many minion kills if you use it effectively. Because it's on a short cooldown and it only uses 60 energy. Anyway, in terms of farm here, let's see, Scion getting the most farm. That's not that surprising. His shield makes him really strong at farming. Urgot also in pretty good shape. This team solos D.Va and Ryze. That Ryze is a little behind in farm, but he does have the 4 kills, so that's going to get him into pretty good shape there. Ryze stacking mana as he has to do to increase the damage from his spells. That's pretty standard there. As far as the rest of the team, you know, nothing too spectacular. Janna not farming, doing the pure support Janna build. That's pretty expected. Nothing too surprising there. Speaker has a pink ward for Dragon. That's so they can clear any of the other team's wards there. We'll see if that gets used in a minute or two. Elsewhere, not a whole lot going on in the game right now. D.Va is still farming up top. You can see he picked up that blue buff. That's going to help him a lot. He can spam his time bombs over and over again as long as he's got that. So we've got time bombs against Scion's shield in top lane. A lot of burst damage between those two. No towers going down yet, so we're still really early on in the farming stage of the game here. With all these towers up, that means there's not going to be too much team fighting. Everyone's still going to be split up into side lanes so that they don't waste any of the experience. Overall, though, leveling advantage here. You can see 13-13 with Speaker Shen and this Xin Zhao player against 10-9. So you can see they're definitely getting an edge over these two players. Probably have a little bit of an edge in farm as well. Looks like Udyr was checking to see if the Golem buff for the other team was up. Their blue buff looks like it wasn't. Vision ward down at Dragon. You can see the other team does not have a vision ward, does not have a ward there. Ryze going after that Urgot. There's the swap. Ryze looking to be in a little bit of trouble there. There's the health bars updating. Are we going to get a Shen ult? No. Speaker, I guess Speaker realized that Ryze was going to win that battle and decided to save his ult. Looks like he didn't need to use it there. If you notice, the health bars updated in the middle of that fight. That shows that Speaker was looking there in his client. And here we go. We've got a ward here. We're going to spy out this Olaf player. And it's going to allow that Ryze to get out of there. Again, guys, that's why you throw down wards. Sight, very, very important in this game. Having sight allows you to make informed decisions, allows you to stay alive. Anyway, I think that Speaker and D.Va's team is mostly just waiting for Dragon to respawn. I mean, that's why they've got this area warded. That's why they've got it cleared. And indeed, there's Dragon. I'm assuming they're going to go after that relatively soon. Speaker getting attacked here by Janna and by Alistar, but I mean, you can see he's just so tanky, not in any real danger. 146 armor, 122 magic resist. Already has the Aegis. He's basically unkillable at this point in time, at least in a one-on-one situation. The other team's going to need at least 2 or 3 champs to be able to kill him here, and especially with Speaker using these Vorpal Blades, you can see anytime he attacks minions that have been hit with Vorpal Blade, going to heal back 30 health. Anyway, the rest of the team, as I said, trying to set up this dragon fight. You can see Olaf is over here. The enemy team knows that there's going to be a dragon fight too. There's the exhaust over there. Here comes the Shen ult. Stand United, going to ult into that fight, trying to save this guy here. Trying trying to save, not able to. Swamp Fox getting shielded by Janna. Nice Janna ult protecting that Olaf, gonna save him here. Alistar behind the rest of the team, but Alistar very tanky. He's used his ult, gonna protect him from damage. Virtually unkillable until his ult wears off. Let's see, light to get Janna, but Janna's gonna flash away. Rai's gonna flash after her. Can he get off one last hit? No, not gonna be able to get a hit on that Janna. Olaf also surviving very, very low. So that fight, I guess that's going to be it. No more kills or deaths from that particular fight. So Speaker and D.Va's team do take the dragon, but they lose taking one death in the process to get that dragon. Lost that Xin Zhao, and that's a sad little Demacian warrior there, lying face down on the ground. So that actually does come out ahead. Usually dragons considered to be worth 2 kills. So to get dragon and give up 1 kill, that looks like that's a little bit to their advantage. Anyway, Sion getting caught in the enemy team's jungle here, but he's very tanky with that shield. I don't know if they're going to be able to get him here before he can escape back to safety. Again, the replay client not updating properly. Well, I guess they are going to get him. And again, that's the case where the life bars just not updating. Looks like Rise and Udi are able to combine effectively to pick up that kill there. So very well done between those two players. Anyway, Speaker going back to base here. Urgot and Janna look like they're heading back mid. That Janna, I'm pretty sure has more life than that. That is probably a health bar that hasn't updated. I can't imagine she'd be running around mid with like 10% of her health. Oh well, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, in terms of other items, let's see. After finishing Aegis, Speaker has picked up Kindle Gem for the cooldown reduction. Again, Shen does not use mana, but his skills are based on cooldown, so getting some cooldown reduction on him is pretty important. I mean, it also helps to cool down his ultimate, so you can use it more often. Anyway, again, oh, by the way, I've mentioned this in past videos. I don't know why the minimap does this, puts these lines on here, so please just ignore them if you can. I don't know why it does that. I'm still trying to figure out why the replay client does that. If I can figure out why, I'll get rid of it, but for now, just please ignore it. I don't know why that's happening. Anyway, Speaker is over here top lane. Now, this is something that you'll start seeing more and more as the game goes on. What you'll do is you will have Shen and stick him in a side lane to push, and Shen will just slowly slow push these side lanes. And if you need Shen, he can just use his ultimate and he can ult into any team fight. So what you want to do is have the other 4 members of your team working together, you know, like going for dragon or trying to push mid or going wherever, going after some target. And Shen will just be off in a side lane, and at any point in time, if the team needs him, Shen just ults into the fight. So what that means is you'll either slowly push down a side lane turret, or if they send someone to counter you, like here, this Olaf player is going after Speaker here. Like, by sending Olaf here against Speaker, that means they can only have 4 champs elsewhere on the map, and at any point in time, Speaker can ult into a team fight, so he can instantly turn another fight from a 4v4 into a 5v4 with Shen ult. So again, just another reason why Shen's so good, his global ability, making him so strong. And oh, there's the taunt, there's the feint to try and reduce the damage he's taking, and there's a nice kill, just a straight 1v1 kill. And again, there's the feint protecting from damage, just a very useful skill. So the Speaker doesn't exactly have a ton of damage. I mean, he has some damage, but not a whole lot. Just was tanky enough to get that kill on a very low Olaf, wear him down and get that kill. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is pushing down bottom turret, so well done there, nicely done. And for the immediate futures, I'm assuming Speaker will just continue to slow push this top lane, and if the rest of the team needs him, he can ult into the fight. Anyway, they're going to try to take this blue buff, steal the other team's golem. Let's see, probably get it for either Rise or D.Va, I'm assuming is who they'd want it on. Looks like they took it for Rise. So again, Speaker still slow pushing. Rest of the team is working together as 4. This is exactly what you want to be doing due to the global ult that Shen has. Now look, Janna's up here, so that means that with Janna here, that means Janna is not over here. So if they want to pick a fight here, they could engage 4 on 4 here, and then there we go. There's the Shen ult, ulting in to save that Rise. I'm going to protect Rise from dying, and there's the taunt. I'm going to help get that kill on Sion. And are they going to be able to burst down that Alistar? Just needs maybe one more hit. There we go. Rise going to finish him off with that burst. Zilean ult on Rise in that fight, not even needed. Zilean stays, or Rise stays alive without even needing the Chrono Shift ult. And now it looks like people are pinging Baron. 2 people dead on the enemy team, so probably a good time to go for it. But I guess they got the mid tower a little bit earlier. If they can get Speaker to tank Baron, they have a pretty good chance to be able to do that. We'll see. Warding around Baron, warding for sight. Over here, let's see, have a vision ward here, so that should let them know that the purple team on the top half of the map presumably doesn't have a ward here. They might have one like right here in the back where that vision ward doesn't see it, but probably not. Anyway, here they are. There they go. There's the ward. You can see the other team just threw down a ward. So let's see. Are they going to be able to get this Baron? Let's see. Hopefully the jungler will use his smite properly. And yes, there we go. Well done, Baron fight. I'm assuming that Udyr used his smite to get the Baron. So well done. Very strong play. When you score 2 picks in mid-game, if you can get over to Baron quickly, then that's the strongest play that you can make, just as a overall. That is, if you get 1 kill, it's usually not enough to take Baron, at least in this portion of the game, like 28 seconds. If you get to maybe like the 40-50 minute mark, then 1 pick can often be enough to get Baron. But if you can score 2 and lose nobody on your own team, go 2 for 0, that's usually enough to get your team Baron. Not always, but usually. So it's a play you should be looking to make if you're playing this game. Again, it's not always the right play, but it's something you should be looking for and actively trying to get. Because with those 2 kills, that has taken Speaker and D.Va's team from a position of being a little bit ahead to a position of being very far ahead as a result of getting those 2 kills and taking Baron. So now they are in a very strong position. Oh, Ryze accidentally bought another Frozen Heart. Double Frozen Hearts on Ryze? Well, that's kind of funny. That's actually not terrible on Ryze, because it does give him 1,000 mana. So it's actually not terrible, but not the best either. And here's the enemy team as 5 running through here. Not something that Speakers and D.Va's team want to engage with. That's probably a fight they're better off not picking. Anyway, Speaker's finished Spirit Visage in terms of items. Oh, look at this dragon. It's just repopped, so now there's going to be a dragon fight here. Speaker going in first, tanking exactly what he should do. Notice that Shen and Udyr are in front. This is exactly what you want. Alistar doing the same thing for their team. Good job. Up here, Olaf is taking down top turret, but that means it's a 5-on-4 here, and that looks like bad news for the purple team, especially because Speaker and D.Va have Baron. Now, if they can just, trap this team with some stuns, some snares, then they should be able to score some kills, but it looks like they're not going to be able to. Nice job escaping by this other team, by the purple team. Now, that does mean they're going to have to concede Dragon to Speaker and D.Va's team, but it was a nice play by them regardless. They were really caught out of position here. They're caught away from their base, away from towers, 5-on-4, and with the other team having Baron, and yet they were able to escape and get out of it. So that's very well done by their team, I have to say. I think that was very well done by them. Okay, anyway, as I was saying a minute ago, Speaker's finished Spirit Visage. That's what he was building the Kindle Gem into. You can see gives you health, magic resist, and health, which is already quite good for a tank like Shen. But then it also gives you cooldown reduction. That's the Kindle Gem at work. And again, remember Shen's skills mostly based off cooldowns because energy recharges very quickly. And that also increases healing and regeneration effects on yourself. Now that wouldn't seem to matter much, but again, remember you can heal when you use Vorpal Blade, so it does actually help a little bit. And then next item is Giant's Belt. I would guess that that's for Sunfire Cape, I would think. I guess. I mean, I guess it could build into something else, but that seems like the most likely item it would build into. And here's some complaining by people on the other team. People complaining about Janna. And I don't really know what's going on there. Just the common stuff for solo queue rankings. People complaining. I mean, yeah, Janna only has 24 minion kills, but again, a support Janna, their job isn't really to get minion kills. So, yeah, I would agree that the 0-4 Urgot is probably a little bit more serious. Or if you really want to blame something for being the fault at this game, I would say whoever was the team captain for the other team and let Speaker and D.Va pick Shen and Zilean together, which is just like really, really strong. You don't want to let the other team in a ranked game pick Shen and Zilean. That's just a mistake. So anyway, Speaker again, solo pushing down here, doing a nice job. Notice he's got the wards, threw down the ward to protect himself, really strong. So again, he can ult over here with these guys. Now their Baron is about to wear out, almost down, but it looks like the rest of the team's going to push top, so I'm assuming that with Speaker over here, notice how he's tying up 2 champs on the enemy team. He's got 2 members of their team over here. So if he ults over here, then they'll have a 5-on-3 at this tower. And that's obviously really good odds. So this is not the greatest play in the world by this team here. But this is what Shen does. Shen ties you up. By using his global ultimate, he can force you into bad situations where you don't really have good. I'm guessing he's going to ult on this Xinjiao here, and indeed, there we go. I'm going to ult in on Xinjiao, Chrono Shift as well from Zilean, and now they're just going to overwhelm this team for exactly the reason I just mentioned. I mean, it's a 5-on-3. There's not a whole lot the enemy team can do. Their Alistar and Janna players are way over here. I mean, they're not even in the fight, and by the time they get over here, 2 members of their team are already dead. Urgot and Sion are already dead. So, I mean, yeah, not that much they can do. Again, let's see, Speaker going in on Alistar here, trying to pull aggression. Looks like Xinjiao is going to get taken down, though. No Zilean ult to save him because it's already been used here. Janna ulting to try to save the teammates, doing a nice job there. And this is actually a good tower defense here, 3 against 5. Doing a very nice job here. They're going to force Speaker and D.Va to back off, and they're going to have to leave this tower. So very well done by the 3 players here on the purple team, just forcing them back. And you can see that tower, I mean, it took some damage, but it didn't really take that much. They really just need to back off here. I don't think they're going to get anything else off of here. This looks like an over push to me. I don't think that they're going to get much else. Yeah, they just need to get out of this base here because people are reviving. You can see Sion's revived, and Sion's going to get that kill. Now Udi are taking a lot of damage. Yeah, they just stuck around too long here. This is not a good push. Ryze even saying greed is a sin. Yeah, they stuck around too long there. Okay, so only one death, only the death on Ryze's part. So that could have gone a lot worse. But yeah, classic over push there. Classic just staying around. Speaker picked up another Giant's Belt. I don't know what the second one is for. What does Giant's Belt build into aside from Sunfire? Let's see here. It builds into... I don't think he's going for Rylai's. Maybe a Frozen Mallet? I can't imagine Speaker would build Warmogs this late in the game, so I don't really know what that is. Maybe a Frozen Mallet is the only thing I can think of. Anyway, but I would think that you'd want to complete... I would think you'd want to complete a Sunfire Cape before you would go for a second Giant's Belt. But oh well. Speaker does have 3,600 health, 166 armor, 152 magic resist. That's a lot of that's a pretty tanky champ there. Ryze saying that it was a bad idea to initiate on Alistar. That is true, definitely. Would have been better to initiate on someone else. Don't always have the luxury to pick who you're going after, though. Maybe he was the easiest one to go after. But look, you can see Alistar almost 3,000 health, and he's pretty tanky himself. He's got their team's Aegis, Heart of Gold, Shen, not Shen, Sheen, and Shirelia's, which is a pretty common item that you see on Alistar for the extra health and cooldown reduction he gives there. They have a double Aegis. Yeah, Janna also has an Aegis. That isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. You can combine together the 2 Aegis effects. They will, even though it's a unique passive, if 2 of you have an Aegis, then you will give the benefit to each other. So it's not the worst thing, and it's not terrible to have 2 Aegises. You can do that. Any more than 2, though, is a waste for your team. Anyway, there's a Clairvoyance. Not sure that they saw that much. Baron is up again, so presumably the next fight is going to be over this Baron. The purple team at the top of the map there, Janna has an Oracle now. You can see she saw that word there, but now Janna getting caught by herself. Are they going to be able to finish off this Janna? There's the slow from Zilean. Now they just need... Oh, so close to getting the stun. So close to getting the stun from Udyr there. If Udyr manages to hit that stun, then Janna was almost certainly going to die there. Then she manages to flash away. So her flash is down, but she does manage to survive. Uh-oh, this looks like trouble. Getting caught out of position here. Look, all 5 of them going to jump here. Don't want to engage on Alistar. You want to focus on the other targets. Sion, a good person to go after. You can see Xinjiao going after that Sion there. So there they go. They're going to get that kill. Get that kill initially. Next, they want to go after the other squishies. Want to go after Urgot. Want to go after Janna next. So yep, there we go. Going to go down. Going to go after Janna next. The Udyr is going to get killed there. Probably should have been chrono shifted. There's the ult from Speaker protecting Ryze. I don't know if oh, I guess that D.Va did use his ult, so he probably saved somebody there. Not able to save that Udyr though. Sorry, a lot going on in the fight. I must have missed the chrono shift ult. Anyway, this Urgot is not going to get out of here. There's no way he's going to get out of there. So we have 4 for 1, clear victory in this fight, and that's going to lead to an uncontested Baron. There's no way Alistar can come in and take the Baron. I mean, maybe if he got insanely lucky. Yeah, but see, Xinjiao can just zone him away from the Baron and make sure he doesn't get it. So this should be a pretty uncontested Baron. Look at Urgot, no damage. Look at Janna. Yeah, so again, people complaining to them. Ryze 200. Does Ryze really have? Yeah, 291 armor. Wow. Okay, I guess that double frozen heart does make Ryze pretty tanky against physical damage. Got to use magic damage to get to that Ryze then. So interesting build. I know he said that this was a mistake, but it doesn't actually seem that terrible. I mean, he probably could have picked better items, but you know, it seems like it's actually somewhat effective. Their team does have a lot of physical damage. On this team, the only one doing magic damage is Sion. I mean, Alistar's doing a little, I guess, but Urgot's mostly physical. Janna is doing no damage at all. Olaf is going to be physical, so stacking armor not that bad against this team. Anyway, here, Speaker's picked up an Oracle, so that's nice. He'll be able to clear wards. I don't think anyone else on their team, either him or Udyr, both of them are good choices for Oracles. Udyr already has a Randuin, so that means he can get that slung effect. Means it's less important for Speaker to build it. Speaker also red potting and green potting, so you can see getting extra damage, health and damage, extra attack speed, critical strike. How much critical strike does he have? 8%. Okay, so that's basically nothing, but I guess he has a minor chance. And again, once more, now that they have Baron and they're going to be pushing, you're going to see the split push effect. Speaker going to top lane to split push, and then the rest of the team is going to push bottom lane. And once again, Speaker will ult in anytime there's a fight. So he will slowly push this lane. If everybody on the enemy team goes bottom to try to counter this, then he will just slowly push into their base. If they send somebody over here to defend against Speaker's push, then the enemy team won't have 5 over here. So either way, they're going to have an advantage. And again, just shows how strong Shen is in late game. I mean, you can do this with any global champ, but Shen, because he's such a great tank, is one of the best to do this. Nice ward from Udyr again. I love this play. Notice how it gives them sight. They can see if they're going to be flanked. Now going to push on this tower here. Nice job by Alistar to get in the middle and pulverize everybody. I'm assuming Speaker's going to ult in here any second now. Going to have to shave. Yep, there we go. Gets the save on that Xin Zhao. Going to get chrono shifted as well, so he's very well protected. Actually, probably too much protection there on Xin Zhao. Here's the team fight. Udyr going down. Yeah, again, it's a shame that chrono shift from Zilean wasn't saved for him. Tower is still doing a lot of damage. Now he's going to get taken down, and this fight is actually going rather poorly. 2 deaths against no kills. That Janna is really low. Don't know if they're going to be able to kill her. Speaker just so tanky with his feint and all of his items that he's still not getting taken down, even with all 5 members of the enemy team chasing after him. Now they're breaking off to go after Ryze. Speaker's still being chased by Olaf. But it looks like he's going to get away because everybody else on the team is breaking off to go after Zilean and Ryze. Now, is D.Va and Ryze going to get out of here? No, D.Va, I can't imagine he's going to make it out of this. Not with all 5 members of the enemy team there. Yeah, so going to get taken down. And that was a push that just didn't work out there, unfortunately. Engaged right at the enemy tower. Yeah, let's see. Tower diving is fine. Zilean the martyr. Yeah, D.Va saving the rest of the... D.Va saving everybody else there, giving himself up to get taken down. So that was not the greatest tower push there. Over aggressive, definitely, on the tower push. Probably should have backed out when they started taking too much damage. The real problem was they actually put too much protection on the Xin Zhao between Speaker's Shen ult and D.Va's Zilean ult. They actually had too much protection on Xin Zhao. Like, the Zilean ult just went to waste because he got the damage shield. So, I guess D.Va, in retrospect, should have saved his ult a little bit longer. And wow, look at all that lifesteal from the Whirlpool Blades. Wow, look at how much health he's healing. Yeah, so just too much protection. Unfortunately, they weren't quite able to line up the Shen and Zilean ult as well as they should have. Why don't you sell one of your Frozen Hearts and get something else? Interesting. Anyway, here, Alistar's gotten trapped out away from the rest of the team. He's going to ult to try to save himself. That's going to protect him from a lot of damage, but he is still getting pretty low here. This is a 3-on-2. This is a good fight to engage with. Purple team here shouldn't be getting caught out of their base, but Janna going to save that Scion player, doing a nice job, so they are all going to make it out. So very well done. Janna has had some nice ultimates in this game. So this, I mean, I know people are complaining about the Janna, but I actually think she's playing quite well in this game, to be perfectly honest. Anyway, Speaker going back to base. Again, he can ult into this fight, so even though he's not with the team, it doesn't matter. Normally, you know, you would say, oh, look, blah, blah, blah is not with the team. That's a terrible play. But with Shen, he can be anywhere on the map, and he can always be in the fight as long as his ultimate up, which it is. So the fact that Speaker went down here to push back bottom lane is not an issue. Now he finally has a Sunfire Cape. I would have think that Speaker should have gotten that a little bit earlier, just because it'll help kill minions. With Sunfire Cape, you can push a lot faster. Like, look how much damage all these minions are taking from the Sunfire Cape. All those little 34ers. Can you see them on the screen? All that from the Sunfire Cape. Anyway, so Sunfire Cape's nice because it lets Shen split push a little bit faster. I would have thought he would have gone for that instead of that second giant spell, but oh well, not that big a deal. Anyway, right now, looks like they're waiting for another Baron to come back up. I guess Speaker's going to slowly split push this bottom lane, and, you know, just keep the lanes pushed. With Shen or another global, like, say, Pantheon, Twisted Fate, somebody who has a global ult like that, you should always be able to keep the lanes pushed in a situation like that, just because whoever has the global on your team can always be off in the side lanes. You can do the same thing with teleport too, although you have to be careful. You need to have a minion or a ward near you in order to use your teleport to be able to teleport into a team fight, but you can do it with teleport as well, and there are some really creative strategies that are sometimes based around using teleport like that and split pushing. Anyway, it looks like they're going for a flank in here, going to try to get behind the enemy team, or maybe try to catch them if they go through the jungle here. I'm sure they're really hoping that somebody's going to face check this brush here, but it doesn't look like they're going for it. The enemy team might even have a ward here. I mean, we don't know. After all, Speaker's the one who has the Oracle, and he's way over here. So again, notice how he's just, you know, again, slowly pushing this lane here. If everybody on the enemy team comes for him, he can just ult over here. And oh, looks like now we've gotten engaged over here, maybe. Purple team on the north side of the map doing a great job. Notice how they're only picking team fights at towers. They're not getting sucked out away from towers. But again, there's that slow Shen push, slowly pushing. Gonna push over here. Now Janna's been pulled over here. So with Janna over here, now would be a good time to engage. If they can, because Janna won't be with the rest of the team. So they should be looking to engage here now that Janna is not with the rest of the team. If they can find a way to initiate here, I don't know if they have a way to initiate, but they should be looking to do that. Speaker is still pushing down this tower. I guess Janna by herself is not strong enough to stop this slow push. So again, yeah, the value of Shen, split pushing with Shen, so effective in this game. They really need, apparently they need to send more champions over here to stop this. And indeed, here comes Olaf. But again, that means Olaf's not over here, so it's a great time to come in and engage. So here we go. Let's see. I'm assuming that Speaker's gonna ult into this fight at some point here. There we go. There's the save on that Shin Zhao, and there's the ult in. Speaker ulting in there, helping to keep him alive, shooting a lot of damage. Next, they're going to burst down that Urgot. Rise is still taking a lot of damage here. Has D.Va used his ult? Yes, he has. Can't save somebody. Speaker's still in the middle of the fight, tanking for the rest of the team. You can see Rise staying in the back, trying to stay alive. Nice flash from Alistar. Going to get that kill on Rise, and there's the Alistar ult. Sion taking a lot of damage. Don't think they're going to be able to get him, though. Nice headbutt there, too, knocking back the guy on Speaker's team. There goes down to Swamp Fox. Nice flank by the rest of Speaker and D.Va's team coming in here. Janna's too fast. I don't think they're going to get, even with Cillian's speed up, I can't imagine they're going to get that Janna. Just a little bit too fast. Now they have two options here. They can try to push down this tower and get into the base, or they can go do Baron. Either one is a strong option. Actually, with two members of the enemy team down, I think they should probably go for Baron here. I think that would be the stronger play. Or this tower is almost dead. They can make a play for this tower too. That's you don't want to go for this tower because it's full strength. They could go over here and get this one presumably, and then that gives them access to the inhibitor. Force a team fight without a tower here if they want to protect that inhib. But it looks like they're going to make discretion the better part of valor and slip out of here. Go do Dragon and then possibly go do Baron. Seems like a good option. And then they'll have the option to go after this inhibitor next. Make the push for that inhibitor and go for that play. Anyway, let's see. So D.Va and Shin Zhao going after the Dragon here. Speaker going back to buy. His ult's almost cooled down again, so even if something would happen, he can ult back into another team fight. Let's see. Rise. Let's see. 222. Rise wants this minion wave. He wants to get a Void Staff. Seems like a good decision there. Replacing that Frozen Heart with a Guardian Angel. I don't know. I'm not even sure if that's the best decision, to be perfectly honest. But oh well, Guardian Angel, not a bad item. The longer the game goes on, the more valuable Guardian Angel becomes, because the death timers get so much longer as the game goes on. Anyway, it looks like they're going to make a play for Baron next. That's indeed what you'd expect. You'd expect the next team fight to be going on at Baron next. Speaker can again split push and ult into a Baron fight, or he can just join up with the rest of the team here. The Speaker saying not yet, please. Okay, I'm not sure what the logic is for that. I'm sure there's got to be some kind of reason. Oh, need 20 gold. What is he going back for? I have no idea. No idea what Speaker's going to get. But it looks like he's heading back to base. Don't buy now. But Speaker can ult into a fight, so it's not really that big a deal if he goes back to base. Oh well, not sure what he's picking up here. I guess we'll see down here in a minute. Oh, he wanted Randuin's Omen. Okay. Oh, he was going to turn that Heart of Gold into Randuin's. Alistar getting caught behind the rest of the team here. This is a bad position for this Alistar. Tanky or not, he can't 1v5 the rest of the enemy team. You can see he's already had to use his ultimate earlier than he wants to. So yeah, he's going to get out of this, but he lost half his health and had to blow his ultimate. So that's not well done there. That's going to make him a lot weaker in the team fight, this upcoming team fight. Now they're pretty clear to go do Baron. Speaker looks like he's gonna head to split push that bottom lane again, or just walk over here and join in this fight. Yeah, they're baiting the Baron, trying to force this team fight here. Oh, great taunt! Look at that, managed to hit 3 members of the enemy team with that taunt. Shin Zhao gonna dash in. Nice Janna ult, blowing back Shin Zhao. Very nicely done. There's the swap, then there's the ult from Speaker on that Udyr, shielding him for a lot of damage here, giving a lot of protection. There's the Chrono Shift ult on that Udyr, gonna save him from death. Rise just doing a ton of damage. Time Bomb's doing damage too. So that's 3 members of the enemy team down. All that's left are Janna and Sion. And at this point, yeah, you can see 50 seconds on the death timers. They should be able to win the game off this. No need to tank this turret. They can just go for this inhibitor here. I don't know why they're going for this, going to tank this tower. Doesn't seem necessary there. Oh, Rai's going to flash in, and he's going to try to kill this Scion. He does have a Guardian Angel, so even if he goes down, and yeah, he manages to get the kill on Scion, so nicely done. It looks like he's going to go down here, but he does have that Guardian Angel. There's the flash from D.Va, going to time bomb that Janna. Can she make it back to base, or where is she going to go down? I think that she got finished off. No, Janna making it back into base, so nicely done there from Janna. She probably shielded herself against that last time bomb. Anyway, 2 inhibs down. Let's see. They probably can finish off this Nexus before Urgot and Alistar revive. I mean, Janna by herself is not very strong, and yeah, it looks like they're not going to have any trouble finishing this off. Gonna get this, these Nexus turrets, and then they're gonna finish this off, and that's gonna be the end of the game. So the end of a very nicely done, very well played ranked games, and by both teams, I think. Really, I thought that the purple team played pretty well in this game too. Just got outpicked a little bit in terms of team comp. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the stat screen. Okay, I'm going to make this short just because this is already a very long video. I thought this was a very entertaining game. As I just said a minute ago, very well played by both sides. I'll let you guys take a look at the stats. Hope you enjoyed it. Speaker and D.Va are both 1500 ELO players, and so this was taken from a ranked game at that level. That means that they're in the top 2% of ranked players. So while this isn't a 2000 ELO game or anything like that, that means that the people in this game are skilled players on all sides, and I think that if you just look at the farming stats for everybody in this game, you can see that this was just a well-played game all around. So once again, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, thanks to Speaker for sending me this replay file so that I could cast it. And once again, if you haven't done so already, I'll ask you to please subscribe to the Button Mashers channel. They love to get subscribers, and I hope that you'll tune in again. So until then, see you next time.